Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to another episode of Throwback Thursday here on ESPN NFL 2K5. We are in the second half of season number 3. If you remember, all the way back last Thursday, we started season number 3, and it started off very, very rocky, very controversial. One of the first plays, if not the first play that I ran with Michael Vick when we had offense, or when we were on offense, he got injured, hurt his arm or hurt his shoulder. I forget what the exact injury was, but he was done for the game. At that point, that's all we knew. So we brought in Eli Manning, and I did all right. I didn't do amazing. I didn't have that threat to run the football with Michael Vick, so my offense was kind of different. And we ended up losing that week 1 game. So then we get back to the main menu. I go to check the injury, and Michael Vick is out for the entirety of the season. So we are rocking Eli Manning for the entirety of season number 3. Maybe we'll have a quarterback controversy. I don't know. Judging by the way that we simulated the first half of the season, I don't know if we will. We're 4-5 right now as we stand. We're going to jump in and play the game against, I think it's the Seahawks, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to jump in and play the game against the Seahawks, play the first half, see how Eli Manning does, and then after that we're going to simulate the rest of the season. Are we going to be in the playoffs, or are we going to miss it for the second straight year? I don't know. I guess if we do miss it, we can chalk it up to we didn't have our starting quarterback. Although Eli Manning's no scrub at this point. He's like an 85, 86 overall, so he should be competent enough to get us some wins in simulation. Maybe it's the team around him. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out how the simulation treats us. But, yeah, Michael Vick injured for the entirety of the season. We have to ride with our backup Eli Manning. Some Giants fans may not think that's a bad thing. Some other ones may think it's a horrible thing, especially when considering we had Michael Vick as the starter, who was a former MVP in this series. So, without further ado, let's go see how good Eli Manning can be as the fill-in. Maybe he'll be the all-time starter. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hit that like button if you're excited for more Throwback Thursday content. Subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get into it. We sit at week 11 of the 2006 season, the third season here. Currently with a record of 4-5, 17th in the power rankings. We just lost to the Patriots, which is not good. We've been very inconsistent. We lost to the Saints, which is the game that we jumped into. Beat the Chiefs, beat the Patriots. Then we lost to the Jets, beat the Bills, lost, win, lost. I mean, we're just like up and down, up and down, up and down. We can't ever get any consistency. But the good thing is, we only play, as of right now, we only play 2 teams left in the NFL who are over 500. So that's promising for us. It's not always a guarantee that we're going to win those games. We had some of those games last season that we should have won that we lost. So it's not a guarantee that we're going to beat these under 500 teams, and it's not a guarantee that they're going to be under 500 by the time we play them. Especially a team like the Steelers or the Bills, they could easily win a couple games by the time we play them and then jump over 500. But we are taking on a sub-500 team in the Seahawks. We might have a chance to beat them. I'm not 100% sure. I hope that we do. I really do. I hope that we have the firepower to be able to beat these guys. Because the division, as you can see right there, it's still kind of up for grabs. The Jets and the Patriots are 6-3, and us and the Bills are 4-5. It's not out of the realm of possibility that we could win this division and make the playoffs. We just got to keep consistent and win some games down the stretch, something we didn't do last season, which cost us the chance to make the playoffs. But we are going to jump in, play the first half against the Seahawks. I will hopefully dominate this game, and we'll get a win. Let's see how it goes. I'll see you guys in there.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN. Week 11 of the NFL on ESPN is coming your way, and we can just about see the playoffs coming over the horizon. We should have a pretty good one here, as we've got a couple of teams in action that are in dire need of a W. Seattle Seahawks, New York Giants. straight ahead.
The fans are finding their way to their seats, those who really own those seats, as we get set to begin this exciting game. Hi, and welcome to Giant Stadium. I'm Dan Stevens. And with me in the booth, as always, my cohort and friend, Peter O'Keefe. Peter, I was looking at the team rosters, and both teams have explosive return men on their squad.
Well, that's true, Dan, and if they can produce as they're capable of, this could be a high-scoring game. Bobby Ingram is a very capable return man. But what I love about this guy is his speed. That gives him the ability to zip past tacklers and come up with big returns. On the other side of the ball, we've got another top performer. Delvin Joyce is a very capable return man. His superior agility enables him to turn on a dime and carve through the defense on his way upfield. I'll tell you what, Dan, both these guys have potential to light it up today.
Well, all right, Peter, we'll keep our eye on them as the game progresses, but first, the coin toss.
Tails it is. Matt Bryant.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It is a Week 11 game, rainy in East Rutherford. Giants and Seahawks. Now, I usually don't show you the defensive snaps, but you will see this first drive of the defensive snaps because it is the first drive of the game, and I don't want to just like keep you guys out of the loop until we get the first possession for offense. So you guys will see the first defensive snaps. These will be the only ones you see of the half or the game. And that's going to be the reason you don't see these mainly is because it's sometimes kind of ugly, and I play really bad defense at times just because I'm not very good at this game. Although that could be said about any football game in general that I play. I'm not very good at, which is true. But this one in particular, I am really not that good at because I'm still kind of figuring everything out, trying to figure out what buttons are the right buttons, what is the best way and most efficient way to rush the passer, how to pick off, how to get interceptions and stuff. I'm still trying to figure all that out. I have held teams in the past to third downs, but usually they convert those third downs on me, so it's not really that big of a deal, and they will not do it this time. I wish that would have been a pick, but that would have been pretty awesome. But we do hold to a punt, so you guys actually get to see a punt. I didn't pick the right punt return. That's my fault. I picked a defensive play on accident. Hopefully this goes into the... it's not gonna. I'm just gonna... you know what? I'm just gonna let this go. Oh! This guy picked it off, caught it instead. Emmons. Whatever, I guess that works. It's the same. I was just going to let it hit the ground and then go from there. But we go to the offense. Okay. Did I hot route on accident? Who did I hot route? I don't know if I hot routed anybody. There's a big time throw. Amani Toomer. I'm starting to get the hang of the passing a little bit. I still obviously like to run the ball a little bit more with Michael Vick. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to trade for him in the first place, just so I could run the ball a bunch. But I am starting to get the hang of the throwing a slight bit. It helps a little bit when you have a quarterback like Eli Manning who can actually like throw the ball harder than Michael Vick can, because we were struggling in Season 1 and Season 2 with Michael Vick throwing the football. He just wasn't that good. That's why running the ball seemed to be more efficient. But I say that and I threw a pick with Eli Manning. So, I mean, what do I know, right? What do I effing know? That's not good. So I'll see you guys in the next offensive possession. Okay, so we forced another punt. I'm actually playing pretty decent defense against these Seahawks. Forcing another punt, but thank you, offensive lineman Siebert, for recovering that fumble. That could have ended very badly, and I could have been very depressed about that. Tiki Barber, first handoff of the game, he puts it on the ground. That's not promising, but we have to move forward. L1, I'm still getting used to like having L1 and buttons like that be primary receiver buttons. It's just a little weird to me. But we are coming up on the end of the first quarter. Still a nothing game because I've done pretty solid work on defense, if I do say so myself. So I should be pretty happy of myself. I don't know how well that's going to work in the long run. Are we going to end up scoring a touchdown in this? I don't know. But that'll probably be the last play of the quarter. And Amani Toomer seems to be pretty happy about that play, that catch. I don't know how that corner caught that interception. I threw that pretty strong. That almost looked like a Madden interception where he jumped right in front of it last second. But we end the first quarter with a drive that looks promising. We'll go a little play action here. I also found out how to show the routes. L1 is to show the routes. I didn't realize that. That's why you may see me doing it a little bit more in today's episode, because I just realized how to do it. I gotta chuck that away. Yeah, that was play action that did not go to plan, and had to get that off pretty quick. So we're only averaging about 1.8 touchdowns per game, passing touchdowns per game. No wonder we're losing the way that we are. Oh, Amani Toomer off the hands. That was such a good pass. I got to go right back to that. Toomer should have caught that, to be fair. Amani Toomer should have caught that. We got to go to it again. He's going to be open. He's not open. It's a sack, 4th and 19. The Seahawks defense is pretty good, and it looks like we're not going to be able to score anything. So I will see you guys maybe when the game's over. I don't know, depending on how long the Seahawks take. We'll find out. Back on offense, the Seahawks actually didn't take that long in their possession at all. We forced another 3 and out. I'm playing pretty good defense against these Seahawks, but I'm also playing horrible offense against the Seahawks as Eli Manning gets absolutely crushed on that pass play. I dropped back maybe a little bit too far, and our offensive line not holding up against this Seahawks pass rush. We're getting sacked a little bit too much, too often. I do have an open man here. He was open, but the ball is incomplete. Okay. I really don't even know how to complete passes in this game, if we're being truly honest. A lot of these seem to be open, but then they just go incomplete. Oh, that's a huge catch from Amani Toomer. It's 4th and 2. What a catch. He went to the dirt to get that one. He went to the dirt to get that one, and we will go for this on 4th down. We don't punt the football on this channel unless it's a strategic move. Nobody's open, and it's gonna be incomplete. Nobody was open. Amani Toomer got like picked off. Like there was a bunch of stuff happening on that one. I didn't have anywhere to go. That's frustrating. That's real frustrating. I mean, like, Jeremy Shockey got stuck. Everybody got stuck. Back on offense, this is a game of very, very bad football teams because both of us are just going back and forth. Nobody really can move the football. I can only get about a yard on a running back pass out of the backfield. We just don't have anything. The Seahawks don't have anything. We'll see how the simulation does. Maybe it'll be friendly to us. I hope it is. But me in the game, I'm just not finding anything. That is an Amani Toomer catch. We'll call a timeout. I don't know how many we have. Do we have all 3 of them? We have all 3 of them. So we'll use one of them, kind of figure out what the move is, which I don't want to go play action. I think I'll just go Shockey 80. Amani Toomer has no receiving touchdowns this year. That's kind of crazy. I pressed the wrong button. I was gonna press R1 to scramble. I didn't press R1, I pressed L1. That sucks. I did not mean to press that button. I did not mean to press it, but I did it anyway. It's okay. I don't have anybody. Don't have anybody. Toomer might have been open down the field, but it was already too late. There was no way I was going to get that pass to him. So, another sack for this Seahawks team. And you know what? I might just ride this out until the halftime locker room because I don't want to give the Seahawks another chance to have the possession. So, this is going to be the final play of the half. Whether it's going to be a catch or if it's going to be just an incompletion and 4th down. This is going to be the final play. So, I'm going to snap it. We're going to ride it out. I'm going to throw it. It's going to be a Amani Toomer catch. He's going to have 4th and inches, but it'll be halftime anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's simulate and see what happens. Hopefully the simulation is kind to us and they give us a victory. I would really hope that's the case. I don't know. Both teams can't move the football, that's for sure. Even against me, they should be able to move the football. Let's see. Quit. Simulate to the end of the game. Gamecast stats. We win 14-7. That's big. That's very, very big. I'm happy about it. I am happy about it. I don't need to save the VIP records. That is a big, big victory against the Seahawks. Now, we have to take on the rest of the teams on the schedule, so we will simulate up to week 16 or week 17. I need some big victories. Come on. Come on, Eli. When's the last time we actually won a game that we jumped into? That's pretty crazy. Doesn't usually happen. Taking on the 49ers. We beat them by a point. That's 2 in a row, baby. Come on, beat the Bills. No, we lost to the Bills. That's a division rival, and that's the last time we play a division rival. Oh, that's not good. We beat the Bengals 31-10. So we're 7-6. We could sneak in if we win these 2 games here and then beat the Browns to end the season. Beat the Steelers. We beat the Steelers. We're 8-6. We could be playing some playoff football. And we beat the Rams. We are 9-6. Eli Manning down the stretch has won 5 of his last 6 games. We are 9-6. Gotta go to the not the game plan. Gotta go to ESPN.com. We gotta take a look at these team standings. We are 9-6. The Jets are 9-6, and the Bills are 9-6. The Patriots are the only ones that have clinched a playoff spot because they've clinched the division. No team has a wild card spot yet in the AFC. The Steelers are bad, the Texans are bad, and the Chiefs are the same record. So the wild card is going to be one of or 2 of these teams. The Jets, the Chiefs, the Bills, or us. That's what the wild card's going to be. Will it be us? We got to jump. We got to be it. It's got to be us. We are in if we win this game against the Browns. The Browns already have the division locked up, so they don't really have anything to play for in this final game, which could be good for us. 1 game to get into the playoffs. If we were in the AFC North, we would have been the division champion because the Browns won the division 8-7. So, come on, boys. Eli, I need you. I need you to give us one. No! We lose. 9-7 record. We're not playing playoff football for 2 seasons. Oh, why did we lose to the Browns? They were 8-7. We were on a hot streak. What happened? Yeah, the Jets won. They made the playoffs. The Chiefs won. They made the playoffs. Actually, the Jets lost, but they made the playoffs because they had the tiebreaker. So the Jets and the Bills also lost. So all we had to do was win, and we would have made the playoffs. All we had to do was win. Yeah, we are the first team out. On the outside looking in, that is depressing. All we had to do is win that game, and we couldn't do it. The Jets get in ahead of us because they have the tiebreaker. I'm assuming. We split the season series. I'm not sure what the tiebreaker would be at that point. Like, most total points scored, or I don't really even know what the tiebreaker would be. But they have it, so they jumped ahead of us, and we will not be having playoff football for the 2nd year in a row. I can't even really blame Eli Manning at this point. I don't think it was his fault. I think it was just bad luck. But Eli Manning, in the season, he had 312 completions, 487 attempts for a 94.2 QBR. He threw for 3,800 yards, 26 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. That's an okay season, not a fantastic season, but in his first year as the full-time starter, I'd say that's not horrible. Then the rushing stats, Tiki Barber on his final year of his deal, remember, don't forget that, he's on the final year of his deal. 271 attempts, 960 yards, had 9 touchdowns. That's a good season. I wish it would have been better, but that's a good season. Amani Toomer with 56 catches, 785 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jeremy Shockey had 55 for 811 and 6 touchdowns. Brandon Lloyd, he paid off. He was a good player for us this season in his first year here in New York. 54 catches, 844 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Tiki Barber also got involved in the passing game. Reggie Wayne got involved in the passing game. I'd like to see Reggie Wayne play a little bit better, get a little bit more targets, but he's probably not getting them because Amani Toomer is here, and he's the number 1. On defense, Jerome Cummings, the rookie, has 103 tackles and 3.5 sacks. Okay, I see you out here, Cummings. And Barrett Green had 92 tackles. Adrian Wilson had 89. He also had 2 sacks. O.C. Mignora had 6.5. Vince Wilfork had 11 sacks. I like to see that. Strahan had 4. Strahan's probably getting a little bit older, so he's running low on his abilities. Interception leaders, 4 for Wilson and 4 for Surtain, 3 for Allen, 2 for Cousins, and 1 for Clarence Tucker. Good for him too. Any like touchdowns or anything? Nothing like that? No, nothing like that. We had a couple forced fumbles, had a couple recoveries. But all in all, kind of a depressing end of the season. 16 attempts, 16 made, 27 attempts for Matt Bryant on the field goals. A couple kick return yardage, nothing really crazy there. And we're back to the starters, so we're back to the quarterbacks. Oh, that's upsetting. I'm upset. I am upset. We've got awards here. Are these awards for this season? I think they are. Tom Brady wins MVP. Carson Palmer wins Offensive Player of the Year. Sam Cowart wins the Defensive Player of the Year. Ignacio Gordon is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. 30 passing touchdowns. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Otis Lawrence. He had 101 tackles, 5 sacks, and a forced fumble. Edgerrin James takes home the rushing title. And we don't know who the Super Bowl MVP is. But that is your end of the season. I should have probably done the Sports Center thing, but that's okay. We can simulate up until the Super Bowl. We'll leave it on a cliffhanger there, but I'm still upset, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over that anytime soon. I mean, we got another off season, but I thought this year we'd get back to the playoffs, and we had a good chance to do that. Beating a team that didn't have anything to play for, that we were arguably better than, and losing to them? That's upsetting. That'll get to you, man. That will get to you. We've got another off season heading into year number 4. We're probably at the max gonna go 5 seasons in this Throwback Thursday series. We don't tend to go too long in these Throwback Thursday series, so we'll probably do 2 more seasons depending on how next season goes. So next Thursday will be the off-season episode. Then the Thursday after that will be start of season 4. We'll see how season 4 goes, and then we will we'll go from there, see if there's going to be a 5th season or not. I hope that there's a 5th season because I want to win a Super Bowl. I don't think we have the team to do that this next year, but I guess depending on what happens in the playoffs. Although I did trade away all my picks, didn't I? I think I traded away all my picks. Can I go to trades? I don't think I can do trades in the offseason just yet. I went to the crib. Yeah, thanks for the punch in the face. I need that this episode because I'm an idiot and we lost the game. How do I leave? Thank you. Yes, I want to exit the crib. I don't think I can do trades this, like right now. I think I have to wait until oh no, I can at least see the trades. So if we go to my picks, I have my first round pick from this year and my first round pick from next year, but that's all. I kind of went all in to get like Vince Wilfork, Pat Surtain, those kind of guys last offseason, or maybe it was last offseason. I kind of went all in and traded away almost all my draft picks. So I have 1 first round pick for this year and for next year, and then I have like a 5th, 6th, and 7th for this year and a 5th and a 6th for next year. So we don't really have the pick equity to be able to make any moves that are in the draft, I should say. And in terms of making moves in the trades, we probably need to get a better center, and we need to work on this defense, man. I feel like the offense is fine. The offense isn't the problem. I feel like the defense is the problem. We need to get a better defensive line. We need to get some better linebackers, maybe add another corner, and go from there. But that's hard to do because it's so hard to trade in this game. Maybe I could take advantage of, like, hindsight and knowing the future, and maybe we could go around the league and see if there's any, like, young guys that haven't blossomed in the game, but we know from real life experience that they're actually pretty good. I don't know if there's anybody like that at the corner spot. There could be. It doesn't really look like it too much from the first little glance that I've seen. I'm not really seeing anybody that's like crazy good. There's an 81 overall rookie. But like I say, we don't have the players to trade back in return, and we don't have the draft picks to trade back. So we're in a tough spot where if we're going to trade, we're only going to be able to trade for probably one person, and we'd have to give up both of our first-round picks to do it. And still, that might not even be enough. That still might not even be enough, but Quentin Jammer is only a 78 overall. Quentin Jammer is only a 78 overall. If I were to give, look, see, I don't know what to give them back in return because we just don't have the people. I could give them Williams, a safety. What do they say to that? They've declined the trade. What about if I give them a 6th round pick? They've declined the trade. A 5th round pick? They've declined the trade. 2 5ths? They've declined. See, it's going to take a 1st, and I don't know if I'm willing to give up a 1st to get Quentin Jammer. But Quentin Jammer's not that good of an overall. He's not that high of an overall. It's just I don't think I have the depth to be able to trade for him. I could give them like Emmons. That would have too many players. So I can't even trade another player to the Chargers. The team we were trading to would have too many players. We'd have to get back somebody from the Chargers who is not good at all, which is just a waste of a roster spot at that point. So they do not want to lose a cornerback right now. I could give them a corner instead of Emmons if I can go back to the Giants here and go to linebacker, get rid of that, go to corner and give them Beasley. They've declined the trade. What about if I throw in my 5th round pick this year? No. What about if I throw my 5th round pick next year? Yeah, we just don't have the either the picks or the players to combine together to get even a guy 78 overall like Quentin Jammer. We just don't have it. So we're in a tough spot where we don't have draft picks because I went all in this offseason, and we don't have the players, and we really don't even have the cap space, and we didn't make the playoffs. So like we're in that spot. We're in no man's land basically. We're in a spot where you never want to be as an NFL team. But we'll have to figure that's all for future juice to figure out. That's for next Thursday juice to figure out. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.